Hello everyone. Just let me tell you. There's a thing called the mind. There's the brain. There's a thing that might have our consciousness on might, but there's also the mind, the self, enlightuss. Now that's another thing, but there's the mind and the self. Now, let me tell you, there is the mind and the self. Think of it as circles. The mind is the mind and this is the mind and this is the self, and they come together in this way. Now, the heart is connected to the self. So the heart, which is this, is connected to the self, and the mind is also connected here. But the mind is not connected to the heart. The mind is connected through the self to the heart, and the heart is connected through the self to the mind, and they interconnectedly talk to each other about everything. Let me tell you about everything. Now, the self is who you are. It's your self-conscious. The brain has its unconscious, and there are many models that I can put you. The first model would be the consciousness. Conscious is inside the brain, but not really in the brain. It's not really in the brain, but it's in the brain. The unconscious mind is in the brain, but is helping the conscious mind that is also in the brain, in the same place as the unconscious, but not really in the brain. Now, they work together in order to make you alive, because without the self, the mind wouldn't work, because it would feel threat. It will feel the reality of the external stimuli coming into your own self, and it will feel like this. Let me tell you, the mind is not a bad person. The mind is trying to work out the reality that it has alienated itself from. Now, I'm not telling you this is the true way. I'm just telling you that's a model of a way that could be. Now, I believe in free will, and I believe the free choice. See it like this: I am choosing something by my own free will, and my free will is what makes the action be. There's something called self-enlightuss. The self-enlightuss is, see it as a dot, and this dot has personality. It has the personality. The mind, the self is like a circle around that point. The self-enlightuss is what makes you conscious of everything and everything that there is. And there's also the self-enlightuss, because in that point there's a book, and in that book there's a way. And that way is the way that you have interpreted through the mind the outside stimuli of the world. Now, I have talked in my second video, about something that I believe is true. And I believe that we have been in anarchism for the majority of humanity's existence. Yeah, we are in anarchism, so we are in anarchy. But we are in an anarchy that is orderly constructed, not chaotically constructed. Our anarchy is already constructed by the governments in place that play the part of the constitutions at play. Now, let me tell you, I'll make a video on the past, and then I will make a video about the present, and then the video about the future that will detail how I like to talk about the past, and how I see the present, and how I believe the future will behold. Now, you need to think clearly, and think clearly fast, because the world you live in will change fast. Everyone can change the world, and I already said so, but let me tell you, you don't really see how big that is. Um, you see, you might say that it's hypocritical for me to say that, although I haven't changed anything about the world that I live in, right? Wrong. I've changed because I'm talking, and this is in the world that we live in, and I'm talking to you. You see, I've changed something. I have not changed your belief or anything, but I've said something. I've changed something. I have put particles out of my mouth into the screen. Literally. That's all that happened here. And that's all that you really need to really think about. That everything that you have done is not really changing anything. And it won't change anything. I will make another video about how I see the timeline of our universe and how the timeline plays part in the cube of our own fabric. It will make sense in later videos, but you will get it. I know you will. Now, I like scientists, I like science, but I also like malinterpreting science and misunderstanding science in order to understand it. I like taking the scientific method for granted, but not really. Thinking straight as if a straight earther, which means, you see, I passed through a period of my mindset of the rabbit hole of flat earth. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest. And let me tell you how honest I'm gonna be. Flat earth was just a thing that I thought about because I wanted to understand science. Because it makes sense that scientific theory has been malinterpreted by scientists themselves. Now, what I mean by that is just that you don't really have to create a big theory, but I think the big theory is all started with the theory of relativity. The theory of relativity started this big concept that there's a construct of the universe. There's a construct of the universe of space-time that curves matter. Now, let me tell you, there have been proof of gravity, and there are proofs of a lot of things. There's quantum physics about it, but let me tell you, no one really knows. There's the constants of our universe. Now, I'll make a video about how I interpret the constants of our universe and how they make a play in how our universe might meet one dot in the middle of an entirely infinitum, which you have seen, okay? There's a video that I made about infinitum hypothesis. I will make a second part about it. But let me tell you, think about it. There is a dot in the middle of that circle, and that dot is the Big Bang. Yeah, that dot in the circle, in the middle of that circle, is the Big Bang, and the beginning of everything was in that dot. Now, I believe in God, and I believe in evolution, and I believe they're all interconnected together in a really fascinating manner. And I will make another video about that. Now, you're seeing the pattern of me telling you, but let me tell you, I feel glad that you know. I believe this means peace. Now, you cannot tell me it does not, because if you tell me that it means, let's say Satanism, I will be like, okay, but let me tell you, this means peace. You know why? Because this means freedom, and this means peace, and then this means death, which you have seen. You see, it's kind of delightful that it's kind of weird, but it's just weird in such a beautiful manner that every single second there's a person living, being born, and being dead. Now, it makes me think, I can die in any moment, but I don't really worry about that because there's nothing really to worry about. Thousands of people have died before, and why to fear something that literally everyone will have to go to? Now, I will make a video about the afterlife, how many afterlives could be, and how science can find evidence about the afterlife by being, let's see, not direct evidence, but evidence that goes around the direct evidence, and it suggests that the point. See, that's a point in a circle, and then the point is in the middle of the circle, and the circle is all the evidence that points to the circle. But there's no direct evidence that might suggest that the concept of the universe will stay there forever, because we don't know what happened before the Big Bang, and if the constants were constant. You see, we don't know, and we are trying to find out. But let me tell you, when I explore the topics at hand, I will tell you how those topics really have just scratched the surface, because we don't know if there's infinite knowledge, infinite information, infinite data, and we don't know if those things are constant at all. Just telling you, just to think about it, because also you have to think about black holes. I know some people will get it, but so they know. But black holes are really a messed up topic that gets scientists really bothered about how a black hole actually works and how it actually eats stuff, how it grows, and how that is weird. Let me tell you, we are really gonna have a really great time together. You, I, and everything that I can talk about. Because I like you and you like me. And if you don't like me, I like you. That matters, and that will be it. Have a great day. And also think positively negative and negatively positive. It will make your life more exciting and easier. Have a great day. Love yourself, love others, and be happy. And sad and angry, and pass through the flow of time and space. Bye.